What is up, guys? What is up? 2 days in a row. Who'd have thunk it? We chat about some ad stuff today. I'm just gonna I'm eating some lean turkey breast. You just go to the grocery store. This is like $8. It's like 30 grams of protein at least. Maybe more. You get the e-com and the bodybuilding content, one channel right here. You get the Diet Coke. I've been through so many different diets. I've learned something from all of them. I did like strict carnivore, massively helped my mental health, actually got me into, hopefully my hand wasn't over the speaker, got me into some of the areas that I ended up doing business in. Like, that's how I learned about like all like the healthy natural stuff. This is like going back like 6 years now. That's why I ended up understanding what beef tallow was and wanting to sell it, was because of like the health journey I went on, all the different diets I tried. And anyways, that's a whole other story. Where I've landed back now is just like a lean diet. It's working. I'm tracking my calories, but I've gone all over the place. I don't necessarily like tracking them, but I'm finding that it works. I got fairly lean on the carnivore diet a few years ago, but it was super strict. It was super hard to do, like, and without being totally antisocial and all that stuff. So anyways, here we are. And what I'm thinking about today is specifically ads and ad creative. I've done, and I think I mentioned this, I've done most of the ad creative that's gotten us to where we are. So 100,000 plus in orders. That's obviously not all from Facebook, but that's a lot of orders, and a lot of that was through running Facebook ads, right? Direct response, Facebook ad creatives. Probably 50-50 statics and videos. I've done founder videos. I've done mashup videos with AI voiceovers. I've done a little bit of UGC, not very much UGC. I've done a lot of meme style statics. I've done a lot of just off the wall, like kind of controversial statics. I've done a lot of shit, and a lot of stuff that I haven't really seen other brands do as much. Some of them work, some of them don't, but that's the name of the game, is testing, right? And I think that's where I'm kind of going with this. Is right now, I was talking to ChatGPT. I was running through some of the data because we had our biggest month of new customers was in January, which is often people's slowest month, and we were getting, I think, like $40. It was like $43 cost per new customer. So if you don't understand the unit economics of growing an e-com brand, most of your money goes towards getting a customer. You need to be able to produce your product at a low enough price that you can pay for marketing, because that's how you grow. And a lot of people, when they're starting out, don't understand that, but you got to be ready to give a third, a quarter, a third, half, 2/3 of your money to Facebook to get customers. That's just the reality. So you want to land with an AOV, an average order value of, 70, 75, 80, 90. We've pushed ours up to about $93 on average, and that's pretty good. But that cost per new acquisition has gone up, and it's been hard to pinpoint why that is. So I was talking to ChatGPT, because we're like I mentioned, $70, and it's like, okay, something's off here. And ultimately, it's just not enough creative, and it's not enough ads that can carry the spend in our account. And so it's not enough new creative, and it's not enough good creative. So that's where I land now, where it's like, okay, we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to look at what worked in the past. We got to make different versions of that, and we just got to make way more, and we got to test. And that's what's cool about Facebook, because you really can throw stuff in there, and there's all kinds of videos on testing and strategies. I just throw stuff in an Advantage Plus campaign, sometimes in a CBO campaign. I don't really have that crazy of a strategy, and maybe that's why I'm having problems, but like, I don't know. I listen to all the content. I try the different things out. But where I'm landing now is just that what will move the business forward right now is getting more creative in the ad account and testing it. And that's the plan. So we're going to do a bunch of statics. We're going to remake some of the angles that have worked. And then I'm getting some help now with a video editor, and we're going to make some more videos. We're going to make some versions of the videos that have worked. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now, because it's like, I want to do more organic content. There's other stuff to optimize as well, but I was listening to Hormozy, and as I do, and he was saying how you got to identify the one thing that's going to, move things forward. And for us right now, especially this time of year, as we're preparing for Q4, we want to get customers who will then come back again, during Q4. We want to put more ads into the ad account. And anyone can do this, no matter what size you are. Like, you test enough ads, you're going to find something that works, and that can really blow up your business. Like, it's not just having ads. Like I mentioned in the last video, you want to have enough of a brand that people can latch on and stay around, and you want good email marketing, and you want good flows, so like people come into your ecosystem and they actually stay. But if you have that, then you want to put more people through that funnel. You want to bring more people into your world. You want to build a world with your brand, but then you want more doors into that world, and those doors are like those ads that you create, right? So even if you're small, crank out creative. And something might hit, and you can start spending, and you can hit your first $1,000 day, your first $2,000 day, your first $5,000 day. Like, you'll go through these stepping stones, and you'll start to learn how like good ads can unlock your business. And then if you combine that with a strong brand, with really good products, with taking care of your customers, that'll really take you to the next level. And I think I keep bumping into the limiting belief that, like, we can't really do anymore, but there's like brands doing way more than we are. So there's a ton of shit to do. More content and more key partnerships with the brand is probably another thing to focus on. But right now we got to get some new creative in the account, so we can bring that cost down. So I'll let you know how that goes. That's kind of the next week or so, getting stuff in there. And that's pretty much it. So know your numbers. You need a decent AOV, and then it just comes down to running those numbers and seeing how that works out. Now you might be wondering, hey Ben, you said your AOV was 93 and your cost per acquisition was 70. I said no, the new cost per acquisition is 70. So that means like that doesn't include all the return customers. So with new and repeat mixed in, it blends, and we sit more at like 45 blended, which is fine. So then it's like, or less than that, because like I think we land at like on average like a 40% MER, marketing efficiency ratio, which is basically kind of like ROAS. It's like, okay, if you spend $1, they say the rule of thumb for e-com's like 3 to 1. If you spend $1, then you want to be 3 to 1. So like over the year, okay, you spent $100,000 on marketing, you should have done $300,000 in revenue. And that's what I aim for. We're lagging a little bit, but we should catch up in Q4. But day to day, we've been running at like a 2.5 to 1, maybe a 2.2 to 1. So kind of closer, where it's like, we're a little closer to like we spend $1 and we only make $1 back, or we spend $1,000 and we make $2,000 back. I don't like that as much. And then when you take away the repeat customers and you only look at the new customers, it's like we're actually losing a couple bucks in the new customers. It's okay because the other customers cover for it, but we want to break even or be profitable in the new customers. That's why we got to come way down to our CAC. And I ran the numbers and costs all in. We need to be like $59 or lower for new customers to break even. So that's the target. I'd love to get there. I'd love to be running that number by a couple weeks from now with the new creative we put in. Like I said, I'll let you know how that goes. Hopefully this stuff is helpful. You can do this. You can make ads. You don't need, like, agencies are great. They can be great. I don't use any ad agencies right now. We may in the future. We've been able to crank out a lot, and I just know there's a lot more we can do in-house. Literally in Canva, in CapCut, founder videos like this, making weird memes, making funny memes in Canva. This stuff is just sitting down and doing it and then getting it live in the account and testing it. So that's what we're gonna do. And if you've got a brand, maybe that's what you need to do as well. Drop a like, drop a comment. I'm gonna try to keep posting videos. Hopefully that helps. Like I said, it might not sound like I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not the best person. I'm not the best media buyer or creative or anything like that, but I definitely do have a knack, and some of these ads, we have been able to spend 6 figures plus on to get us where we need to go. So this shit works. I've got a video way back about just making super simple ads, and I did it for a few brands that I like. So you can check that out. If you scroll back, it's like how to make simple ads or something. But yeah, drop a like, drop a comment. Appreciate you. Peace.